How y'all doing? It's Orb here, and today I want to talk about something that's really close to my heart right now. So recently, Little Uzi Vert released Almost Maverick, I think it is called. It's a new EP, Maverick, Almost Forever, and it got me to really start thinking, man, and going back in time to a lot of the old Little Uzi albums and mixtapes, and something really clicked while I was listening to these albums, and that Little Uzi was more culturally significant and more needed for the culture of music than J. Cole. Now, I know the old heads that may see this might get upset and be like, "How could you say that? That bum ass nigga Little Uzi. That the homophobia will start once they hear Little Uzi." But you know, you got to really just look at the influence of Little Uzi Vert, and you'll just see that it was more needed for Uzi to be a part of rap music than it was for Cole. And one of the reasons I say that is when you look at Cole, what is the first thing people say? The bars, the bars, the bars, the bars. No one ever really talks about how he changed the game. If you look at Cole's music, you could find bars anywhere. Cole's music is not something rare. It's not something new. When Cole came out in 2011, 2010, you can maybe say 2008, I think that was when his first mixtape came out. That sound of music was already being made. Now, was he barring up? Absolutely. But he didn't create Neon Guts, you know what I'm saying? And when you really look at it, someone like a Uzi had to take so much from the media, from the older heads in rap music to really get where he was or where he is now. Cole had gotten signed by Hove. Cole had basically had the keys handed off to him. And it was his world at this point, you know? So when you really look at it, Cole was destined to be where he was because he had the older gatekeepers' approval of this great lyricist, great rapper to be a number one guy, number two guy, number three guy, where Uzi took a different route. Uzi had to be different. Uzi has bars, but everybody has bars, you know? So he had to take a different route and be a rock star. He made it cool to be a rock star and rap again. When you look at it from the aspect of 2014, 2015, when 2014 Forest Hill Drive comes out, great album, it sells well, everything it's a beautiful album. But at the same time, it was so many rappers that could have made a 2014 Forest Hill Drive. You know, it was so many rappers that could have made a Born Sinner. You know, no, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of rappers that could have made Love Is Rage 1. You know, the Perfect Love tape, Love Is Rage 2. I got my phone right here. What else did he have? Little Uzi versus the World. Like, he had to bring something new to the table because rap was in such a space where it was still kind of lineal to bars and barring up. But you can tell there were people that wanted something new, that really wanted something more fun, something that was more appeasable to the kids, and that was more free. It was a lot more colorful. They wanted some color in the game. And that's what Uzi did. And you could tell by the older guards of rap music, they did not want that. They really didn't want it. They wanted a Cole. They wanted a Kendrick, which isn't bad, but you needed something colorful. He was more needed. If we don't have Uzi, Thug doesn't become more relevant. Thug was already on his way, but they were trying to reject Thug. Thug doesn't become more relevant. You know, you don't really have Cardi in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Famous Dex. Uh, who else? Little Yachty. It was more of a colorful time. And you know who started that? Uzi. Uzi's the one that had to go on Hot 97 and be told that he wasn't going to make it. I remember that. That was a crazy time with the divide of the young versus the new. You had never saw that in rap. When it was the 50th anniversary of rap being made and they were saying rap was falling off, rap didn't have a number one album or a number one song of that year, who saved us? Uzi. Cole didn't have that work. He didn't have that work. He didn't have that work ethic. The love to create something new. He went in Hot 97 and said, I'm going to be a rock star. At 27, I'm going to still be known. That's what Uzi did, bro. They was already banking on Cole to be number one. They didn't want Uzi in the spotlight. If we don't have Uzi, we don't really get a Two Hollis, a Shay, a Nine Vicious. Who else? Who else is around? Osama Sun. You don't really get these artists without an Uzi and a Cardi and a Thug. The big three, bro. And a Dex too. Let's not forget about Famous Dex. But he was so needed for the culture. So needed for the culture. Look at who I just named who are influenced by Uzi. Who did Cole influence? Dax? I don't know. And that's no disrespect to Cole, because Cole is a great lyricist, great rapper. He can bar up, but he didn't have that work. He didn't have a Neon Guts. He didn't have a Super Saiyan, a 7 a.m. You know, he has great work, you know, but he didn't create something significant to the culture in the brand of rap. He didn't have a Carter 3-esque release. You know who did? Uzi. I remember when Eternal Ite came out in high school, man, that was everywhere. You couldn't not hear it. That was a Carter 3 for my generation. Cole doesn't have that, and that's okay. But if you wanted bars, and the way people talk about Cole's bars and his lyrics, if you wanted to get that, you could get that from Freddie Gibbs. You get that from Saba, Earl Sweatshirt, Chance the Rapper, Kendrick, Isaiah Rashad. You can get that anywhere. Absol, bro. J-Rock was still out at the time. It was so many sounds of that were already out into the world of rap music and in the mainstream. But who took the brunt? Who said I need to be new? Who said I need to be different? Uzi, bro. No one else on that Cole sound wanted to be Uzi, bro. Nobody wanted to take the amount of pressure that he got. And that's why Uzi was more culturally significant to the genre of music than J. Cole, man. You know, it damn near brings a tear to my eye. But that's my quick rant for today. Shout out Uzi. I'm really excited for the album. Hopefully it's not a delay like the first Eternal will take. But hey, man, I've been Orb. Peace.